Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway, qualifying underway for the SIDECAR Sunday Gen 6 Cup League, presented by our friends at eReceiver Podcast. All year long we'll be running this thing. Watching Casey Greaves go around. There's a plate. It has tots on it. Thank you. Unexpected dinner arrival. Sneaky, sneaky badger. Luke is currently your pole sitter, ahead of Quinn Newton, Travis Scripture, John Eckrich, and Cliff Mullins. Neo, I wouldn't even say things like that. I know you're trying to be nice, but just don't bring up the past. Just let it be in the past. Just let it be. Unless you want to apologize. Do that. Apologies are good. Casey tagging a wall in the middle of the backstretch. I don't know if he lost focus or what there. It was a little odd. Dalton Hayes out there for his qualifying attempt. Ethan Evers has made it home. Guys trickling in. Dalton's second lap moves up to 7th. Matt, that's the perfect response. That's funny. Yawn. What are you yawning about? There's Davis. Can't miss him. Bright ass green chrome machine. Low Jack Esports number 20. This man loves his green. And 6 cars still to roll. Right now we're watching Davis make his attempts. And Neo, if you want this experiment to work, you gotta be nice. Oh my god, Hayes. Halfway through qualifying, Davis's first lap good enough for 9th at a 30.05. Just to pick up about a half second. Challenge for the pole. Second lap almost identical. So he will stay in 9th. We'll wait for next cars to roll. Could be Ethan, Dave, Russ, Blake, Carl, or Hayden. Hayden's going to roll. Patriotic NEPA machine. Got our thumbnail for having such a beautiful paint scheme. I said pace car. That would have been weird. Getting in the patriotic vibes, since this is basically our Memorial Day race. We're off next week. Most of the SRL will be down in Charlotte, having a nice meetup. I wanted to go, but I just don't have the funds to do so. I hope you guys have a great time. Hayden starts his first official timed lap. See where he runs. Lean off the bottom, then dropping it down on exit. Getting a little bit straighter exit. Out of turn number 2, down the backstretch. Into 3 and 4 we go. He's going to run it right up by the wall. Drops it down about a lane. Lap number 1 complete. Now he's going to drop it to the bottom all the way around 1 and 2. It's a little high on exit. Might cause him to scrub a little speed, cutting the wheel angle a little bit on exit. Should be the bottom 3 and 4 here. Yes, he does. Should be a decent lap. 29.627. That will go up to 2nd place. So Lucas, his fastest lap was actually his first lap, which is impressive. Hayden does it on lap number 2. Most cars picked it up on lap number 2, but Quinn Newton and Lucas Heusman did on lap number 1. And they're 1st and 3rd. We got 5 cars that still could qualify. None of them have rolled out into the pit lane yet, so we'll just watch Hayden putt around. Back to the pit lane. See if Carl, Blake, Russ Harold, Dave Hoyts for Ethan Evers goes out there and gives us something to watch. Hayden tries to take it to the garage, which Charlotte doesn't let you do. Out of that opening anyway. I have gotten back there, just not there. All right, looks like Blake, 26 car, going to get rolling here, and it doesn't want to show. There we go. Cameras are being funky. Out of the pit lane comes the 26 Toyota. We do have an updated car coming for him soon. Just been in the works for a while. Had a lot of things happen. Got a procedure on Monday, tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Blake runs it higher in 1 and 2. I'm sure we'll see him run high in 3 and 4. Full throttle and run lower on lap number 2. Should be the 14th quickest lap. So he ran it up high. Wow, he only goes to 12th. I'm impressed he was able to beat some other cars. Running that higher line through the middle in 1 and 2 that time. Right up against the fence. To the bottom in 3 and 4. Look at those tires squealing. He's got some wheel cranked into it, trying to get as much speed out of it as possible. Coming back to the start-finish line, and we get 29.844. That will put him up to the 9th spot. Just behind Dalton Hayes, ahead of Daniel Llewellyn. 14 cars qualified, 4 have not. And that is going to do it. No other cars have rolled out there. Final few seconds tick away. Blake Giglio will start in the 9th spot here at Charlotte, and Lucas Weissman, your pole sitter, in the number 4. See if we can have a quick chat with Luke. Track him down in his chat down below. Lucas, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, you have got yourself the pole here at Charlotte for the World 300. How do we feel about the track, the overall race in general, and what's kind of our strategy and fuel windows looking like?
Well, there's quite a bit of off-throttle time, more than I was expecting. I thought this car's been at the 1.5 miles, so that's good, but dirty air is pretty strong, so gonna have to move around a little bit. Luckily, you can do that here, so you can move up a couple lanes, get out of the dirty air. I think it's gonna be some good pack racing early on. The tire wear is gonna affect us later on in the runs, but looking at about 44 laps on a tank right now, so gonna go pretty far on these tires before you have to pit.
Beautiful. All right, bud, congrats on the pole here at Charlotte. Good luck in the World 300.
Thank you.
So 44 laps was the estimate out of the 4 car of Lucas Heusfeld. Let's run through our starting lineups presented by Sidewinder Racing Links. Check them all out at discord.gg/Sidewinder. Lucas Heusfeld in the 4, winning the pole here for Sidecar Sunday. Starting second will be Hayden Lowell in the Napa Chevrolet. Jake likes boobies in the chat, if you didn't know. Quinn Newton starts third in the 712 Brake Chevrolet. Travis Scripture, he told us it's the Palestinian flag-inspired car with the green, red, white, and black going on. So that is his number 18 Toyota. John Neckrich in the Wannagoons OG Gear number 6 Chevrolet starts in the 5th spot. Casey Graves low drag true speed. So many teams going on here. Started in the 6th spot in his beautiful patriotic camo Toyota. Cliff Mullins in the Curly Chevrolet. He'll start from the 7th spot. Dalton Hayes doesn't know how long he'll be able to race, but he is here in starting in the 8th spot in the Craft 47. Blake Giglio has the Reese's Toyota starting in the 9th spot. Then you have Daniel Llewellyn in the 712 Brake Chevrolet starting in 10th. Davis Greenwell.
Congratulations on the pole, Jeremy.
Okay. I'm going to mute that. Davis Greenwell starts 11th in the green 20. Cody Brown has the Shocker Chevrolet starting in the 12th spot. Welcome back, Neo. He has his Chevy Mopar starting in the 13th spot. I'm so confused. Jerry Scherer in the Mobile Ford starts in 14th. Ethan Evers, the Evers Fever Podcast Chevrolet, in 15th. Dave Hoytsma has his Real Tree Patriotic Machine starting 16th. Carl Rappman, the Sociable Ford, in 17th. And Russ Harrell has his Logitech Chevrolet 18th. 18 cars here at Charlotte this week. Pace car is off, and we are getting set for the start of this 200-lap, 300-mile World 300. Green flag is out. Lucas Hoytsma and Hayden Law taking us to turn number 1. Hayden on the outside did not get going very good. Lucas jumps out to a quick lead. Rest of the field kind of filing in. Top 3 gets single file. Battle for 4th, Neckrich and Scripture. Immediately, Lucas goes to the top. Quinn Newton drops underneath him. Lucas said should be a bit of a pack race early on, then get kind of spread out as the tires start to matter later on. Top 11 have broken away from 12th on back. Ethan Evers and company already over a second behind 11th place Jonathan Legger. Neo has been freed for an experiment. We'll see how it goes. Lap 3 of 200. Quinn Newton has a lap led. Officially on the board. Casey Graves settles in 3rd. Davis Greenwell 4th. Travis Dalton Hayes battling to the outside of Travis Scripture. Craft car may have even touched the wall out of 2, but takes over the 5th spot regardless. Script drops to 6th. John Neckrich 7th. Cliff Mullins in 8th. Hayden Law in 9th. Just ahead of Blake Giglio and Jonathan Legger. Legger having a blink there. Classic Neo. Oh my god. He has Challenger taillights on that Camaro. Of course he does. It's our last race before Memorial Day, so we got the patriotic themes in full force. Here comes Casey Graves on the outside of the 01. Trying to get air on the nose to not get aero blocked. Runs right up to the back bumper. Quinn Newton down the backstretch they go. See where Casey tries to take a peek. Looking to the inside, going into 3. We'll take the low drag True Speed Toyota around Quinn Newton. Slides it up the hill on exit, but he will have it complete. And Casey Graves will pick up a lap lead for his season. Extra points there. Dalton Hayes up to the 4th spot. Seager is around the outside of Davis Greenwell. And we are single file. Well and truly back to the field. So you get to Dave and Ethan battling it out for the 12th spot. Dave gets ahead. Ethan will drop in behind. And you got Jeremy Scherer already 3 seconds back. Scherer, Llewellyn, Russ Harrell, and Carl Rotman and a pack together, 15th through 18th. Dalton Hayes continuing his push. If he indeed decides to leave early, then it doesn't matter if he burns up his tires. So out here giving it a go, having some fun. Woof. Lucas right on that left rear. Hayden and Blake are doing some saving, given the gap that they've allowed to open up. Almost 2 seconds now. They got to go 40-some laps if they stay green. Dalton Hayes trying to take 2nd. DEI-inspired Craft Chevrolet. Wrapping inside Casey Graves. Just about everybody wanting to run the bottom. They get someone to their inside, they move up. Or if they want to make a pass, they move up. But the inside will save the tire a little better. Really matters more about your wheel angle and your car's momentum direction. Been watching way too many tire saving videos lately. Dalton's still battling Casey for that second spot. Now Lucas trying to get momentum and get to the inside of Hayes. Someone pushed Dio to the front. Lucas does get to the inside of the Craft machine. Now Dalton going to be pushed up to the top side. Dalton getting way out wide to avoid the side draft. And Quinn's trying to run away. Three wide a little farther back. Briefly, Neckrich had Davis Greenwell and Cliff Mullins to his inside, but they got that sorted fairly quick. Neo's blinking all to hell back there. He's gone gravel out. Thought he got his new internet and had that fixed. That man is blinking all to hell. Back to single file up at the front of the field. Cliff missed the bottom a little bit there, drifted up. John Neckrich unable to take advantage. Battle for third once again. Lucas inside Dalton Hayes. Till the next one. Whoa, Dalton got right up against the fence, scared the crap out of Lucas. These two have had a bit of beef this season. Not overly so, just the silly ticky-tack kind of stuff. Well, it's all under the bridge. Hayden's starting to close back in. Hayden and Blake. If you look in the background, here they come. Bringing Ethan Evers and company along too. Still a 4-second gap back to the wall. And Carl Rotman has retired the 25 machine. And Carl at least getting out there to make a start, not having to use a provisional. Rowdy wants pure chaos in this race. Lucas just about completed the pass, finally clears the 47. Travis Scripture looking to the inside to try and take the 4th spot from Hayes. In the background, you see Davis Greenwell getting the push from Hayden Lull as they go past Jonathan Legger. Blake Giglio gets by. Ethan Evers be the next one up. Be interesting to see which cars were saving and which cars were just kind of stuck back there. Mullins battling Script. Cliff wanting to take over the 5th spot. Got 3 low drag cars out front. And a C2X machine. Disappearing Cliff Mullins machine. Cliff doing his Neo impersonation. Jake. Cliff now to the outside of Scripture. He'll take over the 5th from the top. Script falls to 6th. John Neckrich in 7th. Hayden Lull is 8th. Hayden deciding to pull Blake along for the ride. They're 8th and 9th now is Lucas battling for 2nd. Chevy, Ford, Toyota top 3. That's what NASCAR likes to call parity. Oh, Casey Graves out of shape. Looked like he'd try to follow Lucas dead center, and it got him right up by the wall. Back in on Hayden. He should be feeling the draft off of Neckrich now. Legger's falling all the way to 14th, tail of this lead pack. Been running top 10. Davis Greenwell, Dave Hoytsma. That's the battle for 12th. Dave in the Real Tree Patriotic Ford. Davis uses the top, maintain momentum. He's kind of chilled out up here. Dave has cleared Davis Greenwell. Checking our chase pack. Oh gosh, Scherer right up by the fence on the exit of 2. You got Llewellyn, Scherer, and Harold in this now 3-car pack at the tail of the field as Carl Rotman had left this group. We're 10% of the way, lap 20 of 200. Lucas to the top, trying to get air on the nose. Not get aero blocked by his teammate Quinn Newton. Now Lucas to the bottom, coming off of turn number 2, going for the race lead. Side by side out of turn number 4. Quinn able to hang on to it for a moment there. Cliff Mullins battling Casey Graves for 3rd. And here comes Hayden. Hayden's up to the 5th spot, battling Dalton Hayes for it. Lucas back down to the bottom, going to wrap the blue line through 3 and 4. And gives Quinn plenty of room. Lucas had the nose ahead for that lap. Cliff, by the way, completed the pass on Casey Graves. He's chasing down the top 2 as they run side by side. Teammates are actually doing a really good job not side drafting one another, because that would slow them both down. And Cliff would be right in the middle of it. I think Cliff saved enough tire. He's going to get there anyway. Whoa. Quinn went down to the bottom. Lucas last second decided to go to his outside. And the 712 Brakes machines trade 1st and 2nd. Lucas Weitzel to the point ahead of Quinn Newton. Now Cliff Mullins closing in for 2nd. It's the Curly's Camaro enters the party. Casey Graves, I swear, he barely fit a sheet of paper between him and the wall coming through 3 and 4 there. And don't look now, but Hayden is in this lead 5. About 20 laps to go on this run. Hayden inside Casey Graves, going for 4th. Cliff looking inside Quinn for 2nd. Hayden gets the 4th spot cleared. Quinn hangs on to 2nd. Drop back to that 2nd group. Dalton Hayes, John Neckrich, Travis Scripture, Blake Giglio. I think Daniel Llewellyn is around. Oh, wrecking with his teammate. Davis Greenwell and Daniel Llewellyn. Daniel not clear on corner exit. Went across the nose of teammate Travis Scripture and backwards into the fence goes Daniel Llewellyn. They have 5 sets of tires tonight, so this may be a bit too early, but they also may think it goes green later and can burn a set here. We'll see how the varying opinions play out. Field catches the pace car behind Daniel. Daniel picked up a meatball from that. Hopefully it's a quick repair for him. As in, not as much time on pit road. I know some people call fast repairs quick repairs. You don't have quick repairs or fast repairs in this, but hopefully it's only like a 30-second or a minute. He can sit there and get it fixed up and not lose too much time. So he didn't hit all that hard. Be disappointing if it's fairly lengthy. Here comes the field. Lucas leading the parade down the pit lane. I think we may see a few people try fuel only here, but my guess would be a lot of them will put on tires and try to save it on the back end. Some people are going to be afraid of only having 5 sets and may not take a set here. It's a gamble. Let's see what they do. Hear them throttling up, so it's a lot of fuel stops here. Okay, I say a lot. Maybe 3, 4. Lucas, fuel only. Hayden, fuel only. Blake Giglio, fuel only. Quinn Newton, 4 tires. First car on the fresh rubber. He's going to take off on this next run. Dave Hoytsma, fuel only. Comes out 5th. And then everybody else tires. I do mean everyone else, all the way back to Russ Harold in 16th. All took a fresh set of tires. So 4 cars with the fuel only. I did say a few would take fuel, but probably think most would take tires. That's where we're at. Daniel Llewellyn. Hopefully you can get that meatball cleared up. Crew trying to get that car fixed back up. He'll probably lose at least 1 lap unless it is a 30-second fix, but I think they're right at that window now and he's not rolling, so probably going to lose at least 1 lap. Dave coming back down the pit lane. Wonder if he is topping off to go to the back with the older tires and stay out of the way, or if he decided against his fuel strategy and bolts on tires. Let's see. Now he's taking tires, so only 3 cars are going to not have fresh tires. Everybody except for what considers some of our fastest cars. Lucas Hoytsma, Hayden Wall, and Blake Giglio. Dave bolts on the fresh rubber. So the 4, the 56, and 26 are going to be a bit slow here as they pay the price early on and don't take the set of tires. Try to save more for later. Hayden DG, got copy?
Oh no, what's up?
Just coming to see how we're feeling about the being only 3 cars on old tires.
There's not a lot of sets. I like saving them here.
I do too. Good luck.
Thank you.
There you go. Short and sweet from Maiden. Says he likes having a set for later, and I agree with that strategy. Take your lumps early and hope for the best. You never know. It could go green, which would be really rough for those guys, but we shall see. Pace car ducks off. Old tires, top 3 cars. Lucas gets the jump. Blake trying to take second from Hayden. Those older tire cars really need to not side draft one another. Blake gets way away from him. Oh my gosh, Queen gets in the back of Hayden. Hayden gets all kinds of fishtailing down the backstretch. Actually a really damn good job to hang on to that race car. As all 3 old tire cars run low, the fresh tires are going to go to the top. Blake's one gets split 3 wide there. No, Travis Scripture couldn't quite get to his outside. That's good. That would have been a mess. Quinn Newton around the outside, takes over the race lead from the 4 of Lucas Hoytsma. Casey Graves going to follow suit in the 01 as the cars that did not take the tires start to bite the bullet and drift back. Quinn Newton, Casey Graves is going to try and run away while everyone else tries to get through this group of old tires as Hayden and Blake are side by side, and look at the stack up behind them. All the new tires trying to find somewhere to go. Hopefully everyone packed their patience. Lap 33 of a 200 lap event. We don't need any shenanigans. Looks like Hayden will drift back a little bit. Tried to side draft the 47, but Dalton able to get clear, and he'll wrap around. Move up to third momentarily as he'll go to the outside of Lucas. If you do the math, we gave them 5 sets plus the set they started on, so you want to take tires about every 33 laps, but that's if you split them up evenly. If you want to save a set for later, you got to take a stretch where you don't take them, so that's why those 3 cars are trying the strategy. Quinn Newton battling Casey Graves up at front for the lead. Casey will take point. Dalton Hayes looking to challenge for second. Unlike the last start, we got everybody in this lead pack still. Dalton now to the outside of Quinn Newton. Quinn looks like he's trying to take care of that race car, and that's why Casey Graves is around. The Dalton Hayes is challenging. Travis Scripture, Cody Brown, they've gotten through the old tires. They're up to 4th and 5th, just behind. Dalton now to the outside of Casey Graves. Try to take his momentum to the front of the field, and I think Dalton led that lap, so he gets a lap led in that 47 machine. Daniel has cleared that meatball. He is 7 laps down, but he will rejoin the race like he normally does because cars can fall out and he can move up some spots. Plus, he probably wants to get one of those prizes at the end of the race that drivers that are running the whole race get to get. Cody Brown into the picture. Haven't said his name much this race, but the number 17 red shocker machine. Inside Quinn Newton trying to take third as we have Neo blinking in the middle of the field. Neo took a set of tires. He's up to 7th. You see the cars on old tires have drifted back and out of their lead group now. Lucas Weitzman back in 11th. About a 1.5 seconds back. Many Rex, we've had one bowl. How we doing, bud? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming by. Your Goons machine's running 7th. John Neckrich behind the wheel. Number 6 machine. Dalton Hayes leads Casey Graves, Quinn Newton. They're side by side for second. Dalton moves to the bottom, gives Quinn the top. Cody Brown up the hill in the 17. That opens the door for Travis Scripture down bottom. Script going to try to take advantage of the short way around. Cliff Mullins right up into the picture. 6th spot. See orange and black cars running together. The lead pack consists of 10 cars. Jeremy Sherry, Ethan Nevers at the back of this group. They get kind of drafty until the tires start to wear. That's why we see them all 2x2. Looking like a Daytona line out there. This can last 10, maybe 15, upwards of close to 20 laps. And then they'll start handling poorly, sliding up the hill, drifting back. See Cody really had to cut the wheel there in corner exit. That'll burn his right front and right rear up. Back to the inside he goes. On the inside of Quinn Newton, going for the race lead. Cody Brown wanting to get himself some time out front. See if the old 17 can pick up a lap lead here. And he does it. Cody Brown, extra point for his season. And the team points. Teams are able to rearrange a little bit today. Cliff Mullins picked up a new teammate in Ian Montrose, but Ian not here, a little busy today. Working lap 40 of 200. Whoa, Neo! Neo gets to the outside wall. Does a good job of not making that worse. Drops to the tail of the field. No other car gave him contact, so that was all on his own. We're able to see such things. Just according to iRacing. Dalton Hayes 3rd. Quinn Newton drops to 4th. I think Lucas, Blake, and Hayden are all just kind of running together to try and save the race cars. Russ Harrell's right there with them. Russ put new tires on. He's just hanging out with these guys. Cody Brown out front. Number 17 getting laps led here at Charlotte. Closing on the quarter mark. Yeah, Bull, so far the only wreck was when Jonathan Legger exited turn 4 with the car on his outside and didn't know it went up too high on exit, turned himself into the wall. With Daniel Wallen, sorry, I don't know why I said Legger. Daniel Wallen went across the nose of the 20 of Davis Greenwell. 6 of Neckrich just tagged the wall on corner exit. Gave up 2 spots, might give up 3 if Ethan Evers can get by. But John Neckrich in the Wannagoon's car tagging the wall. Right, Bull. Neckrich gonna lose the spot to Evers. Drops down in front of Dalton Hayes. How are things going? They're going okay. I have my procedure tomorrow. Jeremy Shear, Quinn Newton. Battle for third. Casey Graves giving some push to the 15. Cliff Mullins starting to close in on race leader Cody Brown. A lot of comers and goers based on strategy and saving and pushing. Who burns up their tires when, all that sort of thing. That's why you see so much different speeds and people coming and going, like I said. Casey Graves is the outside of Jeremy Shearer. And take his machine up to third. Hey Hunter, how are you? Welcome in, my friend. Exclamation point Bill. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Yes, they're turned off right now, but it's a thing. Travis Scripture, Quinn Newton trade 5th. Script takes that spot over. Shearer right on the back bumper now, Casey Graves. Yeah, we try not to get political. Cliff Mullins going for the race lead to the inside of the Shocker Chevy. Cliff can get any momentum down this backstretch. Cody, I don't think he was trying to side drive. I think he just got out of 2 a little wonky. Tracked it down the track a little bit. Everybody stacked up on the inside. Casey trying to keep air on the nose. Kind of runs a lane up a cliff. And Script uses that to his advantage. He tries to get that inside Casey as the Toyotas battle for third. Yeah, they've not taken tires, Bull. The caution came out. They did not take tires. They went fuel only. And they are well back 13th on back. The cars that did not take tires. Casey Graves now wants his turn at the front. Cliff Mullins was able to get the lead. It is strategy, yes. They're trying to save a set for later in the race. They only get 5 extra sets plus the set they started the race on. So if you think about that, you get 6 runs on your tires. They decided it was too early to bolt on that first set at lap 30. Now 20 laps in, they're begging for that next caution. It is Hunter. SRX is returning. I'll put in a provisional for past champions can run the Open even if they weren't in the season. That way anybody that has a little time can come in and race. Be a 5 race SRX off season. Cody Brown, Ethan Evers battle for third as Travis Scripture is up to second. See if Script can get to Cliff Mullins and try to take his turn at the front of the field. But for now, Cliff leads, has so for the past 4 laps. No, it's not bad, Jake. I mean, it's actually kind of a crap car. We just use it for our Race of Champions stuff. I mean, honestly, it is a very shit car. That's kind of why we use it, though. Race of Champions should be a very pain in the ass car to drive, you know? That's how it should be. Exactly, Bull. It makes it exciting. Makes it difficult. And you gotta watch them wheel it. It depends on your driving style too, Matt. You definitely can't stay in the throttle a lot in that car or it will not turn. It was funny when they made that the Draft Masters Week SRX. The next gen's been shit. It is shit. It's been shit. It's never not been shit. It's always been shit. Next gen is a huge piece of shit, and that's why we're running Gen 6 on Sunday. Gen 6 wasn't without its fault, but God, it's better than the next gen. PC Graves trying to pull back Travis Scripture with the side draft there. You'll buy it just to ride the Dente? If we get some Dente SRX cars, that'd be great. 100% Hunter. A high horsepower Xfinity car. Give it like 750, 800, 900, somewhere in that range. I would be so on board. Lead pack still consists of 9 cars. They have 1.5 seconds over Dave Hoytsma. Jonathan Legger in 11th, Davis Greenwell 12th. Then the cars that did not take tires. They are 4 seconds back of Greenwell. Whoa, Daniel gets out of shape right when we go to look at him. Who just tagged the wall? Was it Daniel again? Fortunately, nobody crashed there. Quinn Newton starting to push again. Gets to the inside of the 01 of Graves. Travis Scripture, Jeremy Scherer battle for 4th. Script up the hill a little bit. Nearly into the door. Had to check up, and that'll allow Scherer to hang on to the 4th there. One gets a slide out of turn number 2. You saw that car getting wiggly and down the backstretch. Still has plenty of speed. Stays ahead of Quinn Newton on an entry. Quinn dives into the bottom. Take a short way around. Complete lap 58. Cliff Mullins still out front. He's got about 10 or 11 laps now out front. Newton looks like he might get clear. And he will. Newton takes over second. Casey Graves third. Jeremy Scherer battling Scripture, but now the roles are reversed. Scherer's at the bottom. Scripture's at the top. Graves moves up in front of Scripture. Takes the nose off the air off the nose of that 18. He'll still use enough draft off the corner to propel himself past Scherer. Ethan Evers now closes up on Scherer for the 5th spot. Up ahead, Quinn Newton looking to the top for the race lead. If nothing else, he'll get a good run out of 2, try to take it to the bottom. There it goes. Dumps a bunch of air on the spoiler of the 37 on entry, slows them both down a little bit. Cliff will hang on to the lead. Lead lap number 60. 30% complete. Remember, we do give out points at halfway. It'll be into lap 100. Nice and easy to remember in a 200 lap race. Newton around the top side, 88. Trying to take the lead away from Cliff. Cliff maintain his low line. Nice low exit. Quinn should have the momentum into 1. Quinn leads that lap. Still challenging for the race lead. And probably clear here. There you go. Quinn Newton to the lead. Cliff Mullins second. Casey Graves hangs on to third. Jeremy Shearer, Travis Scripture, they're still battling for fourth. They've been going at it a while. Ethan Evers, Dalton Hayes, Cody Brown, and John Neckrich also in this lead group. "34 laps on this set of tires." Shadow, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Woo! Travis Scripture and the Jeremy Shearer machines both got right up on the wall on corner exit of 2. Shearer now under attack from Ethan Evers for the last spot in the top 5. Jeremy Shearer able to hang on to the 5th spot. Cody Brown settles in 7th. Neckrich and Hayes still battle at the tail of this pack. Scripture going to force Graves high. It looks like he is. A battle for 3rd once again between these Toyotas. Cliff not done with Quinn Newton just yet. Still trying to run that low lane. Cliff Mullins going for the race lead. Trying to keep the nose in there, make Quinn stay up at the top. Probably about estimated 6 to 8 laps. Might start seeing the pit stops. We've made it to lap 66, so if you're doing the math by every 33 laps for the sets of tires, that group has saved a set. They have given up pretty decent track position, but they're not too far behind. They're 9 seconds back. If it stays green, those cars do have enough speed. They can probably recover pretty well. Won't be all at once. They have a long race to go. Not even halfway yet. Quinn Newton trying to hang on to the race lead. Travis Scripture trying to help him. Script in the 18 up there, and Ethan Evers has joined the party in 4th. Good to see Ethan having a good run as Scripture and Newton get past Cliff Mullins. So we mentioned Ethan Evers in 4th. Casey Graves now 5th. Cody Brown in 6th. Dalton Hayes 7th. John Neckrich 8th. Jeremy Shearer in 9th. And that is your lead group. About a second and a half back to Daddy Dave running by himself. That beautiful Real Tree Patriotic machine. Then you got Jonathan Legger running 11th. Davis Greenwell in 12th. Then you have Lucas Weissman, Old Tires in 13th. Blake Giglio 14th. Hayden Mull 15th. And Russ Harold, he bolted on fresh tires and he's hanging there with them. Daniel Llewellyn at 32. He is 7 laps down. But he is out there trying to pick up any spots in case someone else falls out the race, because there are no faster pairs in this series. He picked up a meatball in the only crash of the race. Carl Rotman, that car retired due to mechanical failure and out in 18th. Woo! Big slide out of the 18 coming off the corner there. Travis Scripture getting that right rear right on the wall. It's the 88 and 18 run the top lane. Cliff Mullins and the 8. Ethan Evers run the bottom lane. A lot of different lines going on. Let's go on board with, let's pick Dalton and go on board his car. Hopefully I picked the right one. Hot dang. 47, Dalton Hayes running 7th. Right behind Casey Graves, Cody Brown. Dalton picking up 6th, going around the outside of the 01. Pit stop should be coming soon. Take a look at Shearer at the back of this group. running in the 9th spot. Mobile 1 Ford. Battle for the lead. And battle for the 3rd spot. So we'll go on board the 5th place car and watch them both. Looks like Script's going to hang on at least for half a lap to that 3rd spot. Here's your lead battle. Cliff Mullins and Quinn Newton side by side out of 2. Down the backstretch door to door. Cliff going to move up, put a little air on that spoiler as he enters down at the bottom. Quinn kind of running a middle, Script getting even higher. Back to the start finish. Quinn will lead that lap officially. John Neckrich and Jeremy Scherer side by side back here. Lucas has caught Jonathan Legger, his 13th and 12th and 11th. Davis Greenwell's car not handling well. Neo goes all the way to the wall. Lets Lucas through. And where did Neo go? He went way up the hill. And you see Davis Greenwell's the next one for Lucas. Lucas has so much older tires. 73 lap old tires on that 4 car. He's passing people. So much talent and speed that 4 has. Crazy. Rosero gets around Hayden Law. Blake Giglio decided it's time to pit. 26 on the pit lane. Lap 74 is the first of our lead lap cars come down for service. Reese's machine decided it is time to bolt on a fresh set of tires. Lap 45 on that fuel run. Everyone else staying out. So Blake short pitting might help him catch back up a little bit. Dalton Hayes, Cody Brown trade that 5th spot. Dalton taking it away from Cody. Ethan, the odd man out on the inside right now. And as they go into the quarter, Cliff comes down. One caution so far. Blake Giglio, first car to pit on this cycle of stops. Dave Hoytsma in the 10. Decided it was time for him as well. 79 team on the pit lane. It's 2 of our 16 lead lap machines to pit. Like Russ Harold also. 19 team on the pit lane. That leaves 13 cars to pit. Working lap 77 of 200. Closing in on that halfway mark. Cliff and Quinn battling hard for this race lead. They've been going at it. 48 laps and counting on this run. So I think the 44 we were told was a little skewed, but he probably just read the black box and told me what it said. But as the tires wear, your fuel consumption goes down. You get a little bit better reading the more laps you put in. That's why the black box at the start of the race, not always the most trusty thing. Cody Brown and Casey Graves hit the pit lane. Jonathan Legger down there as well. I believe that leaves us 10 cars to pit. Oh my goodness. Apparently something happened there with the smoke. Somebody locked it up pretty good. 6 cars coming to the pit lane this time by Jeremy Scherer on one track. Lucas decides to come down this time. Davis is coming in, and that should be the whole cycle as Hayden hits the pit lane. So Scherer going farther than anybody. 50 laps. Could have been a 3-stop race if it went green. Plenty of sets of tires laying around for those 3 cars that didn't take them last set. And cars dropping the jack, heading back out. So Lucas was able to get to the 2nd spot there for a moment as he passed all the cars on the pit lane. Now he has to service his machine. Only car in lead lap, Jeremy Scherer. He'd love a caution right now. Everybody else will have to take a wave around. He'd still be the leader. Here he comes to the pit lane. 51 laps since that car was last on pit lane. He will come down, take service in the Mobile 1 Ford. Cody Brown. First car on and off the pit lane right now. He's got Dave Hoytsman and Casey Graves in tow. This is your lead pack. They have a gap over Quinn Newton in fourth now. About 1.2 seconds. He's got Ethan Evers with him. Cliff Mullins runs seventh. He's got Scripture with him. Dalton Hayes is ninth and has Neckrich with him. And 2 seconds back is Blake Giglio. He's got older tires now. Running 11th. Lucas Hoytsman in 12th. Don't tell me we lost Dave. No, not Dave. Looks like the Mechanical Gremlins may have struck the 79 team once again. We've had that already once this week. He was running in the top 3 and I was so excited for him. But it appears, unfortunately, the 79 caught the Gremlins. So 2 cars in this lead pack now, Cody Brown and Casey Graves. They have 1.2 seconds over Quinn Newton and Ethan Evers, third and fourth. Then they have 1.4 seconds over Cliff Mullins. Mullins has Scripture, Hayes, and the 6 of Neckrich. So 4-car group, 5th through 8th. And 3 seconds back in losing ground, Blake Giglio, as he has the older tire, by about 5 laps. 7 over Scherer, who just bit. Scherer and Hoytsma 10th and 11th. Looks like Hoytsma wanting to take control there. It's the Mobile 1 twins race side by side. Of course, Lucas has the 712 brakes on board. Hayes trying to catch up to teammate Mullins. This group starts running side by side. They had been catching the top 4, but now they're side by side, and that's gone out the window. It's kind of like drafting cars in a straight line, do a little bit better speed-wise than the cars racing side by side. Gap was about 1.5, now it's over 2 seconds. They need to figure it out quickly if they want to try and run down the lead 4, as the lead 4 have become one group. Cody Brown, Casey Graves, Quinn Newton. Now Quinn will go to the inside of Casey Graves. They're going to get side by side. Maybe that'll help the chase group, as they are indeed immediately starting to catch up. Now the lead 4 is back to single file, and this group single file. Now we get an honest reading of it at the moment. It's like a slight advantage for pack 2. Daniel Llewellyn just cut the quad oval a little bit. Got a little too low on the racetrack, picked up an off track. Happens every now and then. Lucas is 9th. He's gotten around Blake Giglio. Quinn Newton's passed Cody Brown for the race lead. Looks like he's going to bring Ethan Evers with him. Ethan takes the point, or excuse me, Quinn takes the point, the 88. The 8 is second. Casey Graves is going to sweep by for third, and Cody will drop to the tail of this pack without costing him too much speed. They get back in line. I think Travis Scripture just blew the dust off the outside wall. So 2 4-car packs. And this second pack is catching. It's down to 1.6 between the 2. Let's check in on Lucas running 9th. Keep track of his overall gap. Right now he's at 5.8. See if he can claw back into this thing. He has no real help right now. But this thing has gone green at a time where he really didn't want it to, and he did not take tires. Probably kicking himself at this point. Jeremy Scherer running 10th. Blake Giglio 11th. Hayden Lowell in 12th. Hayden is 6 seconds behind Blake Giglio. Jonathan Legger in 13th. Davis Greenwell 14th. Russ Harold right there with him in 15th. Daddy Dave unfortunately out of the race with mechanical failure. He's about to drop to 17th as Daniel Llewellyn will pass him on this lap. And there you go. Daniel Llewellyn with the 16th. Dave will go out of the race 17th, and Carl Rotman out of the race in 18th. 16 cars still running in the World 300. Closing in on halfway. We should make it to halfway before our next set of stops. Computer literally started smoking and shut off, is the report from the 79 camp. That's scary. Hopefully it's nothing major and something simple to get fixed back up. Fortunately, it's at the end of the rest of the seasons. Got a week. We'll try to get it fixed. Hopefully get that figured out and sorted. Didn't do too much damage, hopefully. Nine laps away from halfway. Be halfway, 10 to go. Top four single file, trying to put some gap over that second group, but that second group's closing in. They're going to start sniffing the draft here. We could have 8 cars back in the lead group. Should have a scripture. Only 8/10 back should have draft now. You're going to blame Lucas for using all the bandwidth? Oh no. Lucas still all by himself right now. Behind him, the other Kevin Harvick patriotic scheme, Jeremy Scherer running in the 10th spot. And then you got Blake running 11th, Hayden Lull in a distant 12th. He's now 4 seconds behind Blake, because he does have fresher tires than Blake. Davis Greenwald running 13th, Neo 14th. Russ Harold 15th. All those cars on the lead lap still. Daniel O'Wallen 8 laps down in 16th. Sun's going down. Lights are coming up here at Charlotte. That second group started to race one another again. Cliff Mullins gets by Dalton Hayes. And immediately that is reflected in the speeds as they're now over a second behind Cody Brown. Lead pack looks pretty content to run single file. Thought the second group was as well. Oh, now that they're back single file, they're starting to catch again. You see in the background, that is Lucas and Jeremy Scherer. Scherer has a little bit fresher rubber than Lucas. Could be why he slows up enough to get into the draft. Happened to Hayden. Oh my gosh. Hayden's on the outside of Daniel O'Wallen going through the quad oval. Oh, they get together. Hayden slides it around, saves the race car. Takes it down to the apron. Has to get it back up to speed, and that's why Hayden has dropped to 15th. As him and 8 laps down, Daniel O'Wallen make contact. First time you've seen Sir Hoitzman in the chat? He pops in once in a while. Not super often, but he does like to tell me what happened. So the top 10 going for points here in just about 2.5 laps. Gap is starting to stretch out once again between 4th and 5th. Quinn Newton has picked up the speed. Last lap of 31.30. He's starting to pull away from the guys behind him. Like Quinn was saving a little bit. Dave's an excellent lurker. I don't tell him, but I do see him lurking. I appreciate the lurks. Here we are, lap 100 into this lap. Top 10 pick up points for their season. Right now, Lucas would be the last of those. Scherer has gotten past Lucas. See if there's any moves coming out of this top 8. There's Scherer and Lucas. Nothing doing. It's just going to be follow each other back to the line, as Quinn Newton did a really good job pushing to get to halfway without any challengers. Quinn gets 10 points, Ethan 9, Casey Graves 8, Cody Brown 7, Cliff 6, Travis 5, Dalton Hayes 4, John Nickers 3, Jeremy Scherer 2, and Lucas Weisman picks up the final points. I'm a creeper. Pop them papers. One caution so far, right around lap 30. Dalton Hayes, Travis Scripture, they decided to go side by side. All three Chevys run the wall, leave the Toyota at the bottom. Woo! That was close quarters. Dalton Hayes right behind Cliff Mullins' teammate. C2X running in 5th and 6th. You have Travis Scripture just behind the 7th. Sean Nickrich is 8th, and that's that 4-car group. Behind him, you see the 2 patriotic Fords, Jeremy Scherer and Lucas Hoyt, 9th and 10th. Blake Giglio runs 11th. Davis Greenwell in 12th. Hayden Lowell 13th. As we practically had a wreck, and then nothing happened from it. Hayden goes around Davis, takes over 12th. So Hayden's recovered, getting past Russ Harrell, Jonathan Legger, Davis Greenwell now back up to 12th for the Napa machine. They weren't so close together, you'd ask for yellow. 4 cars in this lead group. World 300 at Charlotte. We're off next week for Memorial Day, as most of the league will be going down to Charlotte. It looks like Blake Giglio may have Alt F4'd out of this one. 26 car pieced out. Quinn Newton, Ethan Evers battle for the lead as they battle behind them as well. You see Cliff Mullins, the group, all side by side. Scripture is giving up the 5th spot to Mullins. Trying to get it back as he goes around the outside of Hayes. Now the Chevys are all lined up on the inside trying to abandon the Toyota. Cliff goes way down the hill, and Scripture going to sweep around and retake the 5th spot. Quinn Newton holding off Ethan Evers at the front. They're back to single file. Given that some of them went to 50, I guess we're about 20 laps away from next set of stops. Long green flag runs continue. They have 75% fuel tanks. Oh no, Quinn. Not now. Not now, Quinn. I'll have another gremlin. Fortunately, 88 team able to come back from the nether realm there. Daniel Llewellyn going to move up in about 4 laps, up to 15th. Dalton Hayes getting around teammate Cliff Mullins takes over the 6th spot. This group had pushed and gotten into the draft of that lead 4 and then started battling one another, and they have dropped back 2.5 seconds now behind that pack. Gremlin left Indiana, went to Iowa. It's a low drag Gremlin apparently. No shine cars here, but I guess they unleashed a shine gremlin. Taking out all the low drag team. Beef of the season might end up being Daddy Dave versus his PC. The top 4. Newton, Evers, Graves, and Brown. Then this chase pack of 4. Dalton Hayes, Travis Scripture, Cliff Mullins, John Neckrich, and Dalton Hayes going to the inside of Travis Scripture off the corner. This group's just been steadily losing time, and now side by side they'll lose a little bit more time. Heading that way. Well, if you end up throwing out the window or sledgehammering it, make sure you video it. Well, Matt had the gremlins too. My goodness. Dalton gets clear. Travis is going to keep it gassed up. Try to keep the nose out there. Gets back to the outside. For a brief moment, Dalton had him clear. So hard to complete a pass here. All the lanes are very viable. You can run just about anywhere on this racetrack. Gap's now up over 3 seconds as these guys have been battling side by side. It's just absolutely killing all their ability to catch that lead 4. Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate. It's good, though, if they want to run a points race there. You just need to take the Roval thing away and run the All-Star race at Charlotte. Run a points race at Wilkesboro would be awesome. Ethan Evers going for the race lead on the inside of Quinn Newton. Three Chevys and a Toyota in this lead group. 3 Chevys and a Toyota in that chase group. Lucas Hoisman, by the way, with all that side-by-side and they were doing, has caught that group of 4. Ooh, John Neckrich hits the wall coming out of 2. He goes for a ride. But Lucas has caught that group. Back up front, the 8 and 88 battle for the race leads. The 01 and 17 giving chase. Oh, Quinn, where'd you go? Quinn? Quinn? There he is. Oh, they're catching Neo and Russ Harold. And Davis Greenwell. Quinn Bleakin. Cars racing side by side and they're catching lappers. This might be our best opportunity for a caution. least in the near future. Casey Graves are on the outside of Ethan Evers. Well, Lucas Hoytson moving through this group, so already up to the 7th spot. Came into this group 9th. It's right up to the back of Cliff Mullins, and here come the lappers. Russ Harold, he gets it right down on the apron, wants no part of being an issue. Russ goes a lap down. He may be coming to the pit lane. Yeah, 41 laps. Russ Harold decided he's gone a lap down. Time to take it to the pits. Casey Graves trying to take the race lead as they catch the wild card, Jonathan Legger. Neo is going to take it all the way to the apron. Does not want any part of being an issue as the lead 4 get by. There you go. 2 packs in the top 10 now. Shearer has caught this group as well. And Lucas is all the way up to 6th. Trying to go around the outside of Dalton Hayes. You know how far back Lucas was? He was like 7 or 8 seconds at one point. And older tires. And here he is. Rebounding up to 5th. Alright, the gap 2.9 seconds. We'll see if Lucas can pull him up to the lead pack. They still have a Jonathan Legger to contend with. Well, there is our second caution. Hayden was in it. Good morning, it's Hayden and Daniel. Okay. Daniel and Hayden getting together, and that looked rather not unintentional. Let's go back a ways. Yeah, Mikey, there's a Neo in the race. See if there's anything we missed, and it's just Hayden gets to the outside. They make a little contact with the quad oval. Well, all right. That's that. Hayden has a meatball dragging all the way around the racetrack. Here comes the lead group into the pit lane. Russ Harold had just pit. Unfortunate for him, went 2 laps down. He automatically gets the lucky dog, but then still stuck 1 lap down. With the cautions coming at a premium here tonight. It's only our second one on lap 123. And with 2 more cars likely out of the race. Here comes Cody Brown in 17. It's going to be Lucas off the pit lane. Just like that, Lucas goes to the top. Ethan Evers, apparently luckiest guy alive. He was on the pit lane. And the caution came out apparently. Ethan was pitting when the Hayden and Daniel thing happened. Ethan gets to the pit lane. And then the caution comes out. And see right there in the background, the lights are on the pit exit, or pit entrance. So just like that, Ethan comes down. Everyone has to slow down for the caution. See the pace car heading out. Ethan completes his pit stop. Speed it up a little bit. Gets to the line before the race leader. He gets the come up here and pass everybody and go back around. Now Ethan is your leader. Russ Harold somehow did not get the lucky dog, question mark. But he is taking a wave around here. So he'll be one lap down. Hayden and Llewellyn on the pit lane repairing those cars. So that 124 under caution. Justin Evers, your race leader. Lucas Weissman in second. Hey, Hayden.
What's up?
Just figured we come get your perspective on what happened there with you and the 23 as we get ready for a restart.
Daniel had been running into me all night, and I was pissed off at him, and I was thinking about wrecking him, but he didn't even give me a chance to because he wrecked me. I don't know what I did to him. I legitimately have no clue what I did to him.
So, odd situation with you and the 23. I don't know, maybe we can get him in here, but I know he's already disappeared for the night. But in the future, maybe we'll ask him.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be in the low drag server later and blow up at me for some godforsaken reason instead of, talking about it like a man. But, it's whatever.
All right. Well, appreciate you taking your time.
Thanks, Swiss.
Hayden Law giving us his perspective. Ethan Evers jumps out to the lead here. Major beef between some low drag machines. Lucas Weissman, Quinn Newton, speaking of low drag machines, side by side for second behind race leader Ethan Evers. So our lead pack consists of 12 cars. Lowell and Llewellyn are on the pit lane repairing their machines. Lucas Weissman came in with the points lead, and this is just going to help him with Hayden taking the brunt of Daniel Llewellyn there. All they got to do is make the top 10 in points, though. Then they get the chase reset. Then the final 10 weeks will run in playoff format. I finally have the All-Star race working. Looked like we were having some gremlins over here in my house. Some Verizon gremlins. All right, so Quinn Newton's charged to the lead. Cody Brown has moved up to second. Lucas is third. Ethan Evers has fallen to fourth. Travis Scripture in fifth. Travis now battling for that fourth spot. So he works the outside of Ethan Evers. Oh my gosh, Ethan Evers way out of shape as Travis Scripture brushed it off the wall. Ethan saw that and reacted and got out of shape himself. Fortunately, everyone maintains.
I apologize if that was me.
Oh, good.
"12 cars on the lead lap. Russ Harold in 13th. Only car one lap down. Lowell 6 laps down. Llewellyn 17. As they repair race cars on the pit lane. 70 to go. Should have one more pit stop to go. Plenty of tires if we get into a caution fest late. T. Dalton Hayes on the inside back there. Casey Graves will move up a spot on the high line. He'll get clear of Hayes and start working on Ethan Evers on corner exit. A lot of speed in that 01 on the top. My goodness. Up front, Cody Brown wants to go for the lead. He's outside Quinn Newton. Seen Cody lead quite a lot of this race. He's trying to take another turn up at the front of the field. .133 complete. Scherer gets past the legger. Moves up into the top 10. Davis Greenwell falling back in 12. Greenwell's about to lose that lead draft again. Or already has, actually. Newton and Brown just battling it out up here. Casey Graves is up to that third spot, and he wants to try and factor in. And Lucas Huisma back up in this lead group where he probably should have been all night long, other than a strategy call he called that made him drop way back into the field. First caution of the race did not take tires when everyone else, just about everyone else did. 3 cars did not, and they all dropped like a rock. That lead group, first through 11th. Greenwell now over 2 seconds back and dropping. Well, while we're here, tell me what's exciting happened in the All-Star race. Up 136. Cliff Mullins going to jump down to that inside. He'll try to put a move on Travis Scripture for third. Six of Neckridge brushing the wall. You missed the beef. You missed Hayden and Daniel, low drag teammates, wrecking one another. They beefed and made contacts, didn't bring out a yellow. And then they beefed again. Made contact that did bring out a yellow. Jeremy Scherer trying to get around Ethan Evers. Scherer picking up 7th as he gets past the 8. Scripture in 3rd, Neckridge 4th as Mullins has fallen to 5th. Mullins and Scherer now battle. Scherer coming with a full head of steam. He's gotten past Dalton Hayes. Now he's going to try and work on Clifford Mullins. We hit lap 140. 70% complete. All-Star Race cautions out as the 2 has some heavy smoke and the 1 seems damaged. Don't know what happened, but I'm glad the 1's involved. 10%. We're 10% there. Oh, they're 3 wide. The 2 gets inside the 1. They bounce off each other, and Ross Chastain's a dumb fuck. Ross didn't know they were 3 wide? Who knows? That's what I said. Maybe he didn't know they were 3 wide. Came down. Ross Chastain's a dumpfer. Matt, race control, saying he thinks it's Quinn's race to lose. I think they're just kind of letting Quinn lead. Oh my gosh. Like Lucas is at the back of this group just chilling. You know, he doesn't want to have to make up the ground again. He's just biding his time. I think the 4 car is in the catbird seat, saving up, waiting to make his move later in the run. We're only on lap 19 of a potential 50 lap run here. So Lucas just hanging on to the tail of the draft, and I think he's just waiting patiently. Top 10 in this lead draft now as Jonathan Legger's fallen out of the group. He has picked up Davis Greenwell as a quote-unquote draft partner. He's even going to go up to the hill, and Greenwell going to take advantage. And Neo blinks right when we're watching him. Greenwell up to 11th, get past Legger. Horse Harold still out there, 1 lap down, chilling, hoping for a caution to get that lucky dog. Mullins battles Brown, 17:37. Cody Brown in that podium spots. Jeremy Scheer, 15. 10 cents cars in the top 5. Low drag out front. And whatever you consider Travis Scripture. All right, Matt. Sounds good. And right now it's not bothering nobody. There's nobody really near him. But if he gets in the pack and he's racing hard and blinking, yeah, that's when it's a problem. Problem. Speaking of problems, Daniel Llewellyn's back on the racetrack. Alright, sounds good, Matt. That's perfect. That is perfect. Ethan and Cher still battling for that 5th spot. Just checking on the Llewellyn. He's closed up on the back of Neo and the 20. He's going to be faster with the fresh tires. Cuts it back down to the bottom. And look at that. Llewellyn and Neo make a cleaner pass than Llewellyn and Lowell and their teammates. It's like Ethan has taken charge of that 5th spot. Is up ahead. Cliff Mullins side by side with Newton. Cliff wants to go for the race lead.
Go away, God.
Quinn talking to Cliff Mullins there.
Hey, Max Swift, are we cool if I clear my passing under yellow black flag that I got because I gave myself an EOL to not get other drivers an EOL?
Yes.
Yes.
Scripture around the outside of Cliff Mullins. Running the high line. Right behind leader Quinn Newton. Quinn sounded like me when my cat just won't leave me alone. Go away! Jeremy Scher's fallen back to 15th, and Lucas has decided it's time to push. All right, strategy is open anywhere from now until about 170. That is the final pit stop window, the next 20 laps. Should see everyone make their final stop. Final if it stays green. Lucas going for the lead. And Lucas has recovered from that early race strategy disaster, is what we'll call it. It's gone from the back all the way to the lead. As Quinn Newton really drove it into the corner, washed up in the middle. Didn't have any air on the nose. Travis Scripture third. Cody Brown trying to take that away on the outside. Matt still thinks it's Quinn's race. I called it then it was going to be Lucas's. He was running 10th. I'm like, he's just waiting. Jeremy Scherer has fallen, meanwhile, to that 10th spot. Tires starting to burn up on that 15. Meanwhile, there's a battle for 14th between Daniel Wallen and Hayden Lull. This is an actual battle for position. They are on the same lap, 25 laps down. This will end well. Side by side, lap after lap. It's bad we're watching these two 25 laps down because you just don't know what's about to happen. Alright, we'll give him rest. Oh! Travis Scripture, Dalton Hayes make contact. Both get into the corner sideways. Dalton throttles it up off the wall. And wall rides his way past Travis Scripture. Scripture trying to side draft him back. Dalton Hayes takes fifth away. Here comes Cody Brown back into the picture. This is a Team 2 wide salute. They've gone single file back there. Ethan Evers the only one out of line right now. Working Cody Brown. They've traded sides. Now Daniel's on the wall side. Hayden's on the grass side. Can't believe they're battling for 14th. You can't make this shit up. Oh my god. They are getting way too close. Waiting for Daniel to drive with his middle finger out the window. Meanwhile, Dalton Hayes and Scripture side by side again. This didn't go good the last time.
I don't think you lost any speed in that thing.
I don't know who Casey was talking to.
No, it just did my entry for me.
Oh, okay, so Cliff hit the wall.
I think if anything, it would have been a couple mile an hour.
Things are heating up in the back again.
Rocketed off in the middle of the corner.
We haven't had any incident points pop up yet from this. I wonder if one of them has a better car than they're showing and they're just riding side by side to ride side by side. Legger and Greenwell are battling. That's the 11th place battle. Way out of the main picture. It is Hoytsman, Newton, Mullins, Graves, Scripture, your top 5. Cody Brown, Dalton Hayes, Ethan Evers, John Neckrich, Jeremy Scherer, top 10 in the lead pack. And they have gone single file behind them. That is not single file. It is Hayden Lull and Daniel Wallen just side drafting the fuck out of each other. And not to be outdone, you have Davis Greenwell and Jonathan Legger side by side, just slowing each other down. Looks like Legger had enough. He lifted on corner entry, just let Davis go. Neither one of these have let go until Hayden gets by Daniel. Daniel, I think, hit the wall really hard there. Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah. Pushes up out of 4 into the outside wall. That allows Hayden to get clear. Trying to break the draft for 14th. That's fun. Less than 40 to go. Should complete 161. Dalton Hayes going to be the first one to blink. First of our lead group to pit. Dalton Hayes brings the 47 craft car. He didn't even think he would make it this whole race, and here he is with 40 to go, making his final pit stop, so good for him. See if any more peel off. Usually there's a copycat or two when someone pits early. Not this time. Now Russ Harrell doesn't want a caution. He needs to get through the cycle of pit stops, get back to the only car 1 lap down, and then get a caution. Here comes the lead group. And it's Ethan Evers. The 8 car peels off. He's decided it is time. Make the final stop. 37 to go. Evers Fever Podcast Chevrolet rolling slowly down the pit lane for Gearhead Racing. Lead group is down to 7. Really 6. As Neckrich has lost pace with the group. Oh, by the way, Hayden's in this group with fresher tires than everybody.
19 pit.
Russ going to bring the Logitech Chevy to the pit lane. Cody Brown, Nuclear Shocker Chevrolet, making his final stop. Highest running car that has pit so far. Ethan Evers was it until Dalton Hayes went by. Dalton is now the leading car that's made his final stop. There's Ethan behind him. See the gap Dalton got by those 2 laps over Ethan Evers. So put up a 2.7 second gap. John Neckrich brings the number 6 to the pit lane as you see Cody Brown heading back out. And leaves 8 cars still to pit until Neo comes down, so that leaves 7 cars to pit. That is 3rd place. Cliff Mullins. We'll see if anyone else comes. .37 woes it down. Nice and neat pit entry. Lucas continues to lead by now 6/10 over Quinn Newton. As Hayden Lowell goes around the outside with the faster race machine. Casey Graves, the 01, right behind Travis Scripture in the 18. The 6 cars still to pit. All of them stayed out that time. Assuming Greenwell doesn't pit. And he does not. Back to Lucas. There's Jonathan Legger coming out of the pit lane in the Mopar Chevy. It's not confusing at all. Dalton Hayes continues to be the highest running car that has made his final stop in the 7th spot. So the de facto leader right now. Once these 6 other cars pit. Lucas has 1.3. He is really opening it up on Quinn Newton. Quinn ought to think about pitting with the way Lucas has opened that up. 31 laps to go. And here comes Neo. On fresh rubber just about into the back of Quinn Newton. Holy shit, that was close. That scared the fuck out of Quinn. Jeremy Shearer pits out of 5th. Brings his Mobile 1 forward to the pit lane. We'll
I'm
see.
pitting here. I'm pitting. You're not running into me, please.
Quinn Newton making it very clear he's pitting.
this time.
Let's see what Lucas does.
Oh, one pit.
Just about everybody but Lucas. Lucas looks like he backed up from Hayden. We'll see if he cuts it down and pits. Nope. Lucas stays out. Here comes Quinn. Oh, Scripture really had to woe it down. Turns it hard left. As second, third, and fourth all pit. And you see Scherer down on the way. Watch the trio head into their boxes as Davis Greenwell stays out another lap. He'll take over second. 19 seconds behind Lucas Hoytson. Lucas will stay out another lap. He's going to run it long and then...
Hey, I'm running out of gas on the back straight. I didn't realize.
Davis Greenwell. 48 laps. Ran it out of gas.
And Davis, you're still smarter than the 32 car.
Oh, Hayden throwing the haymaker. Waiting for Daniel to come across the radio. Here comes Lucas. Should give the lead to Dalton Hayes in the 47 Craft Chevrolet. Dalton has 2.3 seconds over Ethan Evers. Dalton takes the race lead. Lucas completes his four tire stop. Comes out in what appears to be the 6th spot. 6th place for Lucas after his pit stop. Comes out in front of teammates Quinn Newton and Daniel Llewellyn. Lucas has 10 seconds to make up on Dalton Hayes and 12 lap fresher tires. Let's see how that plays out. Field is all spread out.
56 pitting, 56 pitting, 56 pitting.
Hayden cutting his last run in half. 27 and 27. I don't think he's fitting. Well, there you go. Hayden Lull on the pit lane. Dalton Hayes out in front. Ethan Evers second. Cody Brown third. John Nickerts fourth. Cliff Mullins fifth. And Lucas Huysma in sixth. We've made our final stops, and Lucas has already cut that 10-second gap down to 8.5. Lucas made up over a second in the last lap, so he is on pace to just obliterate Dalton. He has the freshest tires of everyone in the top 6. See if Quinn can kind of ride Lucas's draft and get up there as well. Saw the 56 exiting the pit lane. Daniel Llewellyn on the pit lane. So in a race so far that features Jonathan Legger, there's only been 2 cautions and both of them were Daniel Llewellyn. That's kind of wild. The gap, 6 seconds. Lucas Huysma to Dalton Hayes. 23 laps to go. Final stops are made. All about tire strategy from here in. Gaps down to 5 seconds between Dalton and Lucas. There is Lucas in the background. Coming out of turn 2 as Dalton enters turn 3. Ethan Evers currently in second, half a second behind Dalton. Cody Brown, half second behind him, has Russ Harrold in between the 19, 2 laps down at the moment. Davis Greenwell 1 lap down. Davis ran it out of gas, lost the lead lap. Lucas is hauling. He's about to overtake Cliff. 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds back. Now 3 seconds. Now 2.9. It's just coming down so fast. To the inside of Mullins. May get Mullins and Neckrich here. Lucas clears them both. Quinn Newton trying to keep pace. They're going to go 3 wide. Quinn's going to get through late. Cliff may hang on a spoiler there. Quinn made it. And Quinn up to 5th. He lost about 3/10 there. Cody Brown made it around Dalton Hayes, as has Ethan Evers. So Ethan to the race lead as Dalton on the older tires starting to pay the price a little bit. Cody Brown looking for the race lead. Ethan has it. Cody wants it. Cody's going to climb the stairs. That's just going to make him push off the exit. Dalton Hayes is going to have a run back at him. And here comes Lucas. He gets behind Russ Harrold. Gets Russ to the outside wall. Russ doesn't know how to get out of the way. Russ just gets shunted and into Quinn Newton.
Bro, you gotta be kidding me!
So Lucas shunts the 19 and it takes out Quinn Newton. Russ Harrold gets meatballed.
Is he still salty from a month ago?
I guess.
You dumb.
I didn't shunt shit. He shunted himself.
Sorry, guys. I got loose. I got tapped and hit the wall and lost it. Sorry.
That is what it looked like.
No talent hacks, freaking blocking leaders. Absolutely garbage.
Wasn't blocking anyone.
Fucking leave and never come back. Half y'all.
Definitely got loose. One more time. Went out of 4. You see the back end wiggle. Everybody on the pit lane as we watch this one more time. Right here's where the issue is. Lucas has decided to go top here, right? And I can't tell if he's loose or not right there, if he's blocking. It's hard to tell without like being able to see anything other than this. It's that little move to the top. Lucas has chosen to go top around the outside. 19 seems to turn right there. Whether it's from looseness or just being a blocking person. You guys can decide that. But that's what leads to the contact. Dalton Hayes still your leader after a 4-tire change. Tires for Evers, Hoytsma, Brown, and Mullins. John Neckrich, Travis Scripture, Casey Graves, Jeremy Shearer, Davis Greenwell, all 4 tires. Davis actually took the wave around. I'm not race control. It's not my side. I am broadcaster. Heath and Daniel both take the wave around. Then we'll go from 25 laps down to 24 laps down together. Holding hands all the way around, like they do.
Well, I had fun no matter what happens, okay?
The real fun is the friends we made along the way.
As he holds hands with
I
Daniel.
thought I was going to kill you off the tee there, Ethan.
I threw the block on you. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I let off Sugar's boat.
Ah, you could have plowed me. I wouldn't care. Lucas was catching us anyways.
But I didn't want to die.
Yeah.
Well, now Lucas has caught them. Quinn always gets up in messes that he didn't create. Horrible luck. $16 to go. Green flag back out on the air. Dalton Hayes and Ethan Evers leading us to turn 1. Dalton immediately get down to the bottom. Single file we go through the field except for Cliff Mullins side by side with Cody Brown. Ethan Evers going to look inside Dalton Hayes. Outside's open for Lucas. Make a clarification on my shunt comment. Simply meant there was contact and a crash. There is no blame assigned by the word shunt. It's just a term for a crash. A crash did occur. Lucas must set up Dalton for the exit here. Runs it high, cuts it back low, then back to the outside. The double cross. The fake crossover to get to the outside. Gets Dalton to bite. Dalton moved down the hill. And no side draft from Dalton as Lucas takes the lead. Dalton, Cody, and Ethan battle for second. Cliff Mullins trying to get into that picture. Dalton right back to the back bumper of the 4. Dalton once again back to the inside of the 4. Just can't quite get the nose alongside. Drops it down to the inside line. See if you can get the side draft on him. Lucas stays way out wide trying to avoid the side draft. His car is very sensitive to that side draft. Cody Brown's going to follow Lucas into the corner. Side by side out of turn number 2. Lucas gets to push Dalton right up near Cody Brown. That was almost disaster. Well, credit to Daniel Llewellyn. He was not involved in our last caution. Proud of you, Daniel. Lucas leads over Dalton Hayes. Dalton's starting to lose ground as he follows the snake all the way down the backstretch. Probably shouldn't have. Neo just hit the wall in corner entry there. Gets up into the outside fence, but keeps it to himself. 10 cars in this lead pack with 10 to go. Now 9 as we hit the stripe. World 300 from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Closing down. Dalton Hayes gets to the inside of Lucas Hoytsma. Lucas still going to have the outside run down the backstretch. Will Dalton side draft him? No, he won't. Should have. Lucas gets clear. Travis Scripture battling Ethan Evers for 5th. Here comes Jeremy Scherer back into the picture. Inside his teammate Cody Brown. Out of turn number 2. 7.5 to go. Top 3 gets single file. Heavers left to battle Scherer. So he gets clear of Scherer. 7 laps to go. Jeremy Scherer and Cliff Mullins down on the bottom. Cliff's going to go to the top. Leave Scherer down there. He's trying to make a move on Travis Scripture. Whoa, Dalton Hayes hit the wall coming out of turn 4. Gets in the grass. Somehow doesn't wreck the race car or lose too much speed. Definitely a moment for the 47. Ford leading a bunch of Chevrolets, a couple Toyotas, another Ford, and a bunch of Chevys. Five laps remaining. Cody Brown trying to take second here from Dalton Hayes. Getting down to it, and it looks like Lucas is going to cap off his recovery in style. Ethan can get one more spot. Oh, wow. Travis Scripture and the 15 hit the wall. Cody Brown got out of shape and into the grass.
Cody.
Well, Ethan got back up to third. Gets that one more spot around Hayes. Cody Brown did a good job hanging on to his race car as he went for a ride. Contact between the 8 and the 17 sent him for an adventure. Mullins trying to work Casey Graves. Brown trying to work Scripture. Top 3 are single file with 3 to go. Down the back stretch into turns 3 and 4. Cody Brown, Travis Scripture, Casey Graves all wadded up here. Ethan Evers inside Dalton Hayes trying to get second. Still 10 cars in this lead group. Oh, Travis Scripture into the wall. He's heading down to the inside. Is he going to hang on to it? Trying to find the 18. He comes back up, catches John Neckrich. John Neckrich catches Jonathan Legger. They're all in the fence. Nobody to trigger a caution, though. And luckily for Lucas, he gets the white flag. Nobody was there to trigger that caution. Somebody has to drive by the wreck. Let's make the yellow come out in iRacing. Casey Graves, Cody Brown, side by side for the 4th spot as the top 3 kind of feel all settled as Ethan Evers loses a little bit of focus and grabs the outside wall halfway down the backstretch. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Mr. Lucas Hoitzman, the 712 Brakes Ford Mustang. Recovering from not the best strategy
You intent wreck a guy,
situation.
you still can't beat him. You love to see it.
Ethan Evers in 2nd, Dalton Hayes 3rd, Casey Graves 4th. Cody Brown pick up in the 5th spot, Cliff Mullins 6th, Jeremy Scherer 7th, Neckrich in 8th. Legger gets 9th, and Davis Greenwell will finish 10th.
Way too much, buddy.
I needed this one, man. There's a big headache waiting for me downstairs. Good racing, guys.
Probably talking about dissecting Dave's computer. Lucas is your winner.
I swear I love you.
Mr. Lucas DG, go copy. Hello. Hello.
Ah, now it's connected. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, we heard a click. That was fun. Well, you get the victory here at Charlotte, and that had to be a wild one. Did you feel like you were totally boned when that strategy didn't work out earlier?
It was a big uphill battle. I didn't know if it was going to work out. I did reel them into 4 seconds back before that first yellow came out there. Well, it's second, I guess, technically, but first one after that big long run. And yeah, it definitely helped a ton that I was able to get back on even tires with everybody and sit right behind them. So just kind of worked my way around the whole race, saved tire, didn't do too much till very end here, and then we got the caution to set up a nice 18-lap run at the end, and everybody was just driving the heck out of their cars. And luckily, I was able to get out in clean air, and that's really all you need in this car right now. But it was still, Charlotte put on a good race. I had a ton of fun tonight.
Yeah, it was very entertaining, even from my perspective, watching all the shenanigans. You guys did pretty well out there. A little bit of odd situations with a few things, but hey, is what it is. That's racing. Congrats on the victory here at Charlotte. You got all the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs before you go diagnose that old PC downstairs.
Yeah, just big shout out to my parents, my mom for watching, my dad for everything, and yeah, I feel so bad. That thing's probably killed. I hate it, but we'll go take a look at it. Like you said, Quinn at 712 brace. Quinn got taken out in that interesting move there that brought out the last caution. So feels horrible for Quinn. He was really excited. He thought he had a good shot at this one, and got caught in something he had nothing to do with, but that's all right. That's how racing goes. And you for broadcasting and putting this whole thing on, man. We all appreciate it.
All right. Well, congrats on the victory here. Just stacking those victories. You're going to probably be sad when the points reset with 10 to go.
It's going to hurt for sure.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. Get on out of here. Enjoy the next few seconds before you go diagnose PC.
Appreciate it. See ya.
Lucas getting the victory here tonight. Let's go grab Ethan Evers in the old 8 machine, getting himself an interview tonight. As soon as we go find him, since he had to take his car off the track for some reason. Here we go. Find him. Take the winter block off. There we go. Back him up a little bit more just for good measure. There we go. Let's put him on a different camera because that's going to be confusing. We're going to use that one. There you go. The old 8 car on the track. Let's bring him in for his interview. Ethan, DG, get a copy?
Hello.
Hello. You brought a home P2 tonight. Had yourself one heck of a run. Your dad was in chat rooting for you. It was a good time.
Was it a good time?
It was.
I don't know. Yeah, I always like the Gen 6, so.
The Gen 6 is putting on a good show. Charlotte's always a good track. It's a good combination, you know.
Yeah, I do love Charlotte. You know, I've had a lot of P2s here, but Lucas always fucking beats me. I'm tired of that guy, you know what I mean?
It's almost like he's a 6K I rating and really good.
That's almost like he almost has 200 wins, you know what I'm saying?
Almost. All right. Well, congrats on that P2. You got any fun stories to tell from the race today, or you just want to do your shout-outs?
Fun story. Let's see. We tried to get away from the pack thinking that was going to be a good idea. Almost was a bad idea. Somebody intent wrecked is what I heard. I don't really know the story. Don't really care the story. So it saved me. So thanks.
Yeah, it's varying opinions on that one. But congrats on the second place. You got those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs, and don't forget yourself.
Yeah, shout out to Evers Fears podcast. That maybe one day might happen. We don't know. It might be a theory. No, we're trying. Yeah, we'll probably do it live on Twitch, our first episode, just so everybody knows.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, shout out to C2X that was letting me hang out with them and Gearheads, you know, my team that we don't never get to race together anymore.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you're the newest member of C2X.
I am.
Right.
I got honored in. Anyways, yeah, shout out to Dad for watching. That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like these long races. I know everybody hates them, but I enjoy them.
I mean, if everybody hated them, nobody would be here, right?
Yeah. Too bad it don't work out with my schedule sometimes. I thought it would, but you never know.
Does anything work with your schedule? Your schedule changes about every 2 months.
You know, if I could just win the lottery, everything would work out with my schedule. You know what I mean?
You know, I hear that and I feel that. Or you could just be like me and be disabled, and then your schedule's pretty wide open.
But if I'm the wrong disabled, then I wouldn't be able to do anything. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay, so someone literally threw the yellow flag on the racetrack. Michael Waltrip has dropped the yellow on the racetrack. That's fantastic.
Oof.
Anyway.
That sounds like a him thing.
Yeah, it does. It's such a Mikey thing. Congrats on the P2. Good, strong run here at Charlotte tonight. And yeah, get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.
All right, thanks, dude.
Ethan Evers brings it home in P2, and we go grab third place finisher who didn't even think he was going to run the whole race. So one hell of a job for Dalton Hayes to bring it home. P3, how are you, my friend?
I am hot. I will tell you that. Like temperature-wise, not like hot, angry.
I'm fucking pissed. What? You finished third. Oh, that's good shit. Well, Craft Machine bringing it home for DEI in the third spot. How was it out there tonight at Charlotte? Look like you're having fun.
Yeah, I love this racetrack. I think everyone knows that. So really enjoy it. Michael Waltrip, I think, just dropped the
Yeah,
actual
literally dropped
flag
the
in
actual
race.
flag. Yeah, that's great.
That doesn't surprise me
At all.
So.
Nope.
But no, I had a lot of fun there, racing with the guys. Tried a little bit of strategy there at the end. I don't think I would have finished quite as good as what I did if it went green, but of course, it never ceases to amaze us that we had some shenanigans played there. So I kind of was glad the caution came out, but I wish it would have came out a few laps later because I think I would have had a chance to hold them off a little bit if it was a shorter run.
Okay.
And then towards the end, I was just like, well, Ethan, I burnt my shit up. I just lifted and let him go to see if he had any chance, but I probably should have let him go a little bit earlier.
Still a really good run for you. Brought it home P3. You got the friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for a good run here tonight.
Yeah, shout out to C2X, and then shout out to DEI. Shout out to Neo for finishing 9th and in his return not causing a single caution. That is very amazing. I'm glad that he had a good run and had no accidents or anything. It's almost like he's actually improved as a driver, and I'm very happy to see that.
Still had the bajillion blinks, though.
Yeah, I mean, but that's all. I mean, I could name 3 or 4 other people that were constantly blinking this race.
Just had a wreck on pit road. Anyway,
Really?
Yeah, congrats on that P3. Get on out of here. Enjoy the All-Star race finish, and we'll see you back here next week.
Yep, shout out to...
Or 2 weeks from now.
Yep, shout out to Evers Podcast, Ever Fevers Podcast. If it ever we finally get a episode, I think we're planning on that now that the season is kind of in a wrap. And shout out to you for the broadcast.
I was going to ask, what do you think comes first, the next Spit and Venom podcast or the first Evers Fever podcast?
I think we're like, I don't want to leak too much, but I think they're planning on doing it together maybe. So I'm not sure. So might watch out, stay tuned for that. I know that there's been some discussion on it.
Very good. There you go. News leaked by Dalton Hayes. It's like partial news, I guess. Congrats on the strong run. Enjoy the rest of your night and get on out of here.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Dalton Hayes bringing home P3. That'll wrap up all of that. Goody goods. Jump this back over to the Lucas 4 doing his burnouts as we go get our results for the night. Page 1, it's Lucas Hoyts grabbing the win over Ethan Evers, Dalton Hayes, then Casey Graves and Cody Brown, Cliff Mullins, Jeremy Sherrod, John Neckrich, Jonathan Legger, and Davis Greenwell. Page 2, Travis Scripture, Quinn Newton, Russ Harold, Hayden Law, Daniel Llewellyn, Blake Giglio, Dave Hoytsma, and Carl Rotman round out your field. Thanks, everyone, for coming by tonight. I know a lot of you had the All-Star race going on, and that's cool. Hopefully you had one up on one screen, one up on the other. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Pretty decent race here from Charlotte. I was entertained, a little bit of beef, a little bit of good racing, and it was a good time. Lucas Hoytzer, congrats once again on the win, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for we're off next week because of Charlotte. A lot of people are going to Charlotte in person, so we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. We're off next week, so keep that in mind. See you in 2 weeks on Sundays, and of course we'll have the Twitch broadcast doing random stuff all week long. Thank you guys so very much, and hopefully we'll see you after the procedure tomorrow. Have a good one, and good night. All right, that wraps up the YouTubes.